Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got a lot to cover in today's video, including, yes, a free game offering. I covered this a while back, but Subnautica is free right now over at the Epic Game Store, so it's not available on Steam, but the Epic Game Store has this game absolutely free, and it typically goes for $24.99, so this is pretty big. Also, we've been talking a lot about all of these competing platforms. The Epic Game Store is a platform, GOG. The Discord store is trying to get in on the hustle too, however, because while the Epic Game Store is offering an 88-12 split, Discord is going to be offering an even better split. Everybody's trying to get their piece of the pie right now, and I want to go over Discord's post, which is also pretty major, and much like Epic Game Store, they already have a bunch of people on their platform. A little bit different with Epic Games, it's because of Fortnite. With Discord, it's just because people use that as their selected voiceover service. And parlaying off that, Bethesda and Arcane Studios have removed Denuvo from Dishonored 2. However, there's actually a little piece of information here that parlays into all of this going on with all of these different game stores. I want to go over that as well. And then Planetside Arena, that was a big announcement. It's coming in January. Planetside, typically a free-to-play title, but this will be pay-to-play. We'll talk about that at the end of this video. First up, over at the Epic Game Store, Subnautica is free right now, and this is one of the best survival games on PC. I know that says a lot because there are so many survival options on PC. But Subnautica is truly one of the better games that has a ton of depth to it. And while personally speaking, I haven't sunk as many hours as my friends have, no pun intended there, I can understand why so many people like Subnautica, and even when this game goes on sale, it goes for a pretty hefty price, so the fact that the Epic Game Store is offering it for free, that's a huge reason to download this store in its own right. I'm sure Epic as a platform wanted to kick off their free game offerings with a bang, and definitely starting with Subnautica, that's pretty big. We already lose some of that luster in 2 weeks when the game offering is Super Meat Boy, but Super Meat Boy is a great game too. It's just value-wise, Subnautica is definitely above that, but do know Epic Games will be offering free games every 2 weeks. They're starting with Subnautica, and that's going to be available until December 27th. After that, they're going to give us Super Meat Boy, and after that, who knows what games we're going to get, but it is supposed to be a free game every 2 weeks. Remember, Subnautica being free right now also goes with 2 other games being free right now. The Humble Store has got Lego The Hobbit, and then GOG has a DRM free copy of Full Throttle Remastered. So a lot of free stuff to check out. Take advantage of all of it. Build up your PC library with literally spending no money. Moving on from that, I imagine the Discord store is going to be another platform that's going to offer free games. They have offered 1 or 2 free games in the past, but in 2019, expect them to get a lot more competitive in this ever-evolving PC gaming market, as it was confirmed that the Discord store will allow all developers to self-publish games in 2019 with a 90-10 revenue split. This was a huge point of contention with Steam for a long time. I believe they did a 65-35 split for a long time. Steam altered that, where now your split is inherently based on how much revenue you bring in. If you bring in north of $10 million, your split goes up, and then if you bring in north of $50 million, your split goes up one more time, but it pales in comparison to the Epic Game Store's offering an 88-12, and now the Discord store has them beat as well with a 90-10 revenue split. I think what's really come to the forefront is that Steam has been juicing a lot of the publishers and developers. I mean, you can't fault them for it. They are the most prominent PC gaming platform, but even with what they offer, taking 30% of the revenue is probably a bit much. I can understand taking 20, but with platforms like Epic Games taking 12, with platforms like Discord taking 10, they still have the cost of running these platforms. I'm sure Steam has a little bit more cost with everything going on because they have so many users on their platform, but still, a lot of these smaller developers getting 30% of their cut taken, that's a pretty big portion. However, because the game is on Steam, you're just inherently gonna have a larger user pool of PC gamers to attract from. With a platform like the Epic Game Store and Discord store, that is still an ever-evolving market. People aren't generally buying games from those markets, so they have to offer these better revenue splits to get people over. In the case of both of them, they are both doing exclusive agreements as well. Epic Game Store has a bunch of exclusive agreements already that we can see fully. Games have been directly pulled from Steam and made exclusive to the Epic Game Store, and on the Discord store, you guys might not be aware of this, but there are a lot of exclusive early access titles. It doesn't seem to have as heavy as the exclusive agreements as, say, the Epic Game Store, just because I'm sure Epic Games has a boatload of money that they've made off Fortnite, and they can spend that however they want. Discord, I'm sure their resources are a little bit more finite, because Discord at the end of the day is a free platform. I know there are some paid options, but you're only making so much revenue. With a game like Fortnite, Epic Games is making a ton of revenue, and they can spend that money growing the Epic Games Store. With Discord, the Discord store has a long ways to go, but offering a 90-10 revenue split, I think that's very interesting, and it begs the question, is Steam gonna change what they're doing? Because right now, the way Steam works, the smaller developers are still getting the lower portion. That 30% is gonna be taken from them because you need to reach that $10 million revenue threshold first. So that first $10 million that a game generates, you are still getting that significant portion of your revenue taken from you. It's only any revenue made after that 10 million amount that you're gonna see more of that revenue go directly towards you, and then after that 50 million amount that you'll see even more of the revenue go to you. And with these smaller developers, they're not releasing games that are priced at $59.99, so reaching $50 million of revenue or even reaching $10 million of revenue, that's gonna be very, very difficult. But in the case of the Epic Game Store and Discord, they are gonna offer you the bigger split from the get-go, and I think that is a big deal. We'll see how Steam reacts. Is Steam gonna alter their practices? Because now this is being brought to the forefront and it's being brought to the public. Everybody knows the split that Discord is offering. Everybody knows the split that Epic Games is offering. People kinda knew that Steam was taking a big portion of the revenue, but people didn't really know that there were gonna be these other platforms that were gonna offer such a bigger split to the developers. And from the developers' eyes, obviously it makes sense to flock towards these platforms, especially if they're signing off on exclusive agreements as well, where Discord or Epic Games are offering you more revenue just for the game being exclusive. The only issue is, from what I see in the comment section, a lot of you guys are like, man, if this game is not being released on Steam, I'm not jumping over to the Epic Games. I don't care about Ashen enough to download Epic Games' platform. I don't care about this XYZ game to play games on the Discord platform. But at the end of the day, if a game is super high quality and it does resonate with a large portion of the PC gaming audience, I do think people will flock over, especially with platforms like Epic offering free games. And we'll see how Discord adapts in 2019, but I foresee the Discord store having a big 2019, at least with how Discord tries to implement things and try different things. But we'll see how it plays out in 2019, a big story to follow. Moving on from that, and this is kind of related to all of these different companies trying to get you in on their ecosystem, Bethesda and Arcane Studios have removed Denuvo from Dishonored 2, and that's big and that's great. I never like to see that in PC games anyway, because that's really not going to stop anyone from pirating the game. It just affects those of us that want to legitimately buy the game. However, what's been lost in translation is this little tidbit. Quote, new modes and bonuses are available for Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider, that's Dishonored 2's standalone expansion, and all you have to do to get them is log in with your Bethesda.net account from the game's main menu. That means they want you invested into that Bethesda.net experience. Do not think this is unrelated to the fact that games like Rage 2 look to be exclusive to the Bethesda.net platform. Fallout 76 is already exclusive. They want you in that Bethesda ecosystem, and I think it's a foregone conclusion that these upcoming Bethesda titles, I believe Elder Scrolls 6, I believe Starfield, are gonna be Bethesda.net exclusives. And in all honesty, even with how much we hate Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls 6, are you telling me you're not gonna jump over to the Bethesda platform to download that game? I don't know, but I think I am, and those are the kinds of games these stores need to actually attract people over. Free games are great, offering bigger splits to the developers is great, having some exclusive agreements are great, but you need big budget titles that really attract people over. Look at the Microsoft Store. Yes, games like Forza Horizon 4 have attracted me over, but even a game like Forza Horizon 4 isn't big enough to attract the large portion of PC gamers over. They've got Gears of War 4 on there, and that did okay. I thought Gears of War 4 was great, but not a lot of people on PC check that game out. You need big games if you want to attract people to these platforms, and with Bethesda, I think it's clear as day that their MO going into the future is establishing Bethesda.net as their own stable platform where they are going to release all of their games on. So that might be a little bit depressing to some of you guys, but moving on from that, I also want to talk a little bit about Planetside Arena. It's featuring Battle Royale, and it's also featuring a brand new 250 v 250 mode, and it's arriving in January. Now, this is a paid piece of Planetside. Planetside 2 is typically a free game, but this is Planetside Arena, a little bit different than your traditional Planetside experience. Planetside 2 will persist as a free experience, but Planetside Arena, based on what I'm seeing on Steam, will be $20, so it's not crazy priced. However, here we have yet another Battle Royale title, and I think Planetside, much like DayZ I've been talking about, is an experience that's peaked. When Planetside 2 was released, it was a pretty major title, and a lot of people flocked on over to it. However, at this point, so many years have passed, and I feel like Planetside 2 was on the downside. We'll see what happens with Planetside Planetside Arena. It's dropping on January 29th, but I did want to give that a mention. Let me know what you guys think about that. Are you still playing Planetside 2? Am I wrong on the basis that it's on the downside? I feel like that is pretty evident, but let me know your guys' thoughts. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Subnautica is absolutely free right now on the Epic Store. Discord is gonna be offering a 90-10 split to all developers, so that beats out the 88-12 from Epic. Bethesda and Arcane Studios have removed Denuvo from Dishonored 2, but they've also released some new modes and extra content. But if you want to get that, you'll have to get into the Bethesda Net experience. Let me know if you guys would jump on over and use Bethesda Net as a platform if Elder Scrolls 6 or Starfield were released as exclusives, and I think we are headed to that reality. And let me know your guys' thoughts on Planetside Arena. We're getting a Battle Royale mode and a 250v250 mode that's coming in January. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.